Hello, my crazy little ponies. Today we're gonna play My Little Investigation. S- This game is actually pretty awesome, and it's completely free. The only problem you can have with it is, well, it's just that. Uh, this project, as far as I find out, it stopped. It's dropped, and you know, but it's super awesome game, and it deserves to be played. So yeah, let's get started. You know, this is the picture. Diamond dogs, uh, and they hold this giant diamond thing. And you can see CMCs and Rainbow Dash and Rarity and Twilight Sparkle. Alright, so let's get going. Honestly, this will be a little bit cheating in a game because I already.
Find it! Find it! It's here somewhere!
I'm looking. Give me a break.
Too dark. Can't see a thing. Yes! That's a thing called mouth! Looking. Wait. I think. Aha! I found it! Finally! Let's get out of here! Quickly!
What the? What? What's going on?
Rarity! I came as soon as I heard. What happened?
So this might be a little bit of a cheating because I already played the game, but I'm not sure if I remember everything. So you know, I remember the story and how it goes, but you'll see for yourself. It'll be awesome, I promise.
Oh, Twilight! It's awful, horrible, dreadful, perhaps even the worst possible thing!
Oh, and the awesome thing is, they actually voice over all this. They're duped, or whatever you call it. I don't know. They voice over all the characters. So, I mean, in Phoenix Wright games, which this one is pretty much inspired from them. You have a lot of stuff to read, but here you can just listen to everything. You don't need to read it, which is awesome.
Uh-huh. And that would be...
Why, Twilight? Do I detect skepticism? Well, I shall have you know that last night I became a victim. A tragic, tragic victim. Woe is me! I shall never recover from this injury that's been wrought upon me.
English, Rarity.
I was in the zone, Twilight. What if I must? Last night I was stolen from.
I wonder what language actually ponies speak in Equestria. Some pony language? Maybe Equestrian? Who knows?
Stolen from? What was stolen?
I'm pretty sure they don't know English. For sure. Even if we kinda hear them in English. You know.
They were stolen, Twilight! Both of them!
Who?
My two jewels! True Blue and Opal!
So the true blue is this giant diamond we saw at the beginning, you know, in the picture, the giant thing. But opal, for people who don't know, it's rarity cat. So yeah.
Ahem. Twilight. What Rarity is trying to say is that thieves broke into the Carousel Boutique last night and stole both the True Blue, a large sapphire that she had recently acquired when gem hunting, and Opal, which is her cat.
How could they? How could they? Oh, my poor, poor darling, all alone out there with those ruffians!
I'm gonna go ahead and hope that she was talking about her cat there. What happened? Do you have any idea who did this?
By the way, I really like that we can hear Twilight when she thinking about something. It's kind of remind me for Life is Strange. When Max do this stuff, it's awesome. Yeah, and I love Life is Strange. I mean, the first one and Before the Storm. I'm not really a fan of Life is Strange 2. I actually didn't even play it. I mean, I play the first episodes, but I don't play others. Because, I don't know. I should play them eventually, someday. But, I mean, I don't know. It's not the same without Max and Chloe. And these brothers, how were their name? Actually, I don't feel connected with them. I don't feel like when you saw Chloe, for example, she's awesome, and Max is super cool too. But this guy's, I don't know. Anyway, let's continue.
Well, no. I'm afraid we haven't the slightest idea.
Ponyville doesn't really have much of a police force, you see, so we are a little under-equipped to handle something like this.
I didn't even know ponies have police. I mean, they have these guards in Celestia and Luna. I mean, in a castle, but you know, I'm pretty sure there is some guards in Ponyville too. But most of them are on counterworlds, and I don't know. Police, they have police. No, anyway, I mean, I didn't want to say this isn't cool. It's cool. I mean, the whole game is awesome and the story is awesome. I just saying, I don't know why. It's kind of, I was thinking if they really have police or not. Will be interesting if they have some policemen or something like that. Some police. Be cool. But I was going to say maybe ponies don't do so much bad stuff, but we already see there is some that actually do bad stuff. Like, you know, every time there is some evil guy, I mean pony. Except Discord, he actually wasn't pony. But yeah, there's evil ponies too. So, but I guess the guards work like police most of the cases. So
This doesn't happen very often, you know. An investigative team from Canterlot has agreed to look into it, but I'm afraid they won't be here for a few days.
and they definitely should have some investigation team. Even if they don't have police and guard do this job. I don't know, I like the idea they actually have police.
A few days? But the thieves might be long gone by then, and... Wait, is this the same investigative team as last time?
Exactly what happened last time? I
Oh.
can't seem to recall.
This gotta be Reach. Just listen.
The one brought in to investigate the baby that went missing and which ended up being found unharmed in the closet?
Ah, yes, I do recall that. But I'm not sure where you're going with.
The one that somehow managed to implicate Pinkie Pie in a fictional Dragon X smuggling ring?
Well, yes. Yes, that's the one. Think positive, Twilight. They may, perform better this time. Yes.
Oh, sorry about this. Sometimes I just click, I don't know why. So she say yes, that's the ticket.
Well, there's not much for it either way, Twilight. After all, no pony in our town has any experience with this sort of thing. We'll just have to wait it out. Oh, I have so much to do at the moment. I simply can't stay around any longer. We'll get to the bottom of this as soon as that investigative team arrives, Rarity. You have my word.
I'm afraid she's right, you know. We shall simply have to wait it out.
If that investigative team gets their hooves on this case, who knows what ridiculous things they might come up with this time? There has to be a better way.
So, can you see it? This wife strange vibe I always feel it when she does that. But I don't know. Maybe it's just me.
Rarity, I'm on the case.
Oh yeah. Twilight Holmes. In
I
the
beg your pardon,
duty.
Twilight?
Some pony needs to get to the bottom of this, right? Well, I volunteer. I've had experience investigating crime before, after all.
Twilight, I'm really not sure if that's such a grand idea.
Well, I mean, sure. That particular investigation pretty much involved completely airtight evidence that directly identified the culprits in one go.
And by the way, I know you're gonna say yes, but Rarity is pretty good detective herself. You can see this in like the last seasons, but if you actually look at Twilight, she doesn't have her wings, which means this is, I don't know, I think maybe somewhere after the second season, I think. So when this game is created, probably Rarity never showed this amazing detective skills, which mean that Twilight could be the best detective from all of the main six.
And it also included an eyewitness who saw almost everything who could lead me exactly to the clues. But it's not like the team from Canterlot will be much better, right?
Forgive me, Twilight, if your words do not inspire a great deal of confidence.
It'll be fine. Don't you worry, Rarity. I'll have this case wrapped up in a jiffy. Mystery novels came through for me then, so surely they'll come through for us again.
Hey!
Yeah, I forget she gonna do this a lot of time.
Pinkie, where in Equestria did you come from?
Oh, well, I was walking by and I was all, my assistance is needed, and I must fulfill my duty.
Uh-huh. What are you doing?
Helping a pony in need. Duh!
I'm the one who knows something about investigations, not you. Remember what happened last time?
Of course I do, silly. But this time is completely different. I have, wait for it, a
So the last time Twilight talking about this with, I don't remember the name of the series, but it's this one when they're on the train to Canterlot, and there is like, I think, some competition for something sweet. Ponies can create, cook, or whatever, and in this episode, someone starts eating all this sweet stuff there, and they try to find out who did it. So this is what Twilight referred to. And from what Pinky say, you can definitely, I mean, yes, she definitely know she's in a game. I mean, there is proof about this, you'll see, but she knows she's in a game right now, so it's awesome.
A what?
A walkthrough, silly! For this game, the way things work are completely different than last time. Honestly, sometimes I worry about her.
See? And she even talking to us.
Pinky, you're talking to some bushes.
Oh, Twilight, I'm not talking to those old things. I'm talking to them! Out there! You see what I have to work with here?
Yeah, hi Pinkie Pie.
You know what? I'm not even going to ask. Just, do your thing, Pinky.
Okie dokie dokie. Well, the first step of any investigation is to move around. You can't find anything if you don't move your little rock to where the clues are. So,
Oh, sorry. Damn it, I always do that. I don't know why. I actually don't do it on purpose. I was listening what she was talking and then start thinking about something, and then my arm started moving on her own, I guess. So what was Pinky saying is, you can't find anything if you don't move your little arm to where the clues are. So to walk places, you first lift your hoof up and move it in the front of your other hoof.
Pinky, I'm pretty sure I know how to walk.
oh, right. But I bet you've never walked like this before. Now, if you want
I
her
should
to
keep
walk,
her here.
well, you just gotta click on the spot you want her to walk to, and she goes. Or, if you want her to keep moving, just press and hold, and she'll walk towards your cursor.
So I'm gonna keep this arm here. It's under rest.
And, of course, if you wanted to get somewhere lickety-split, just double-click and hold, and she'll run like the wind.
Oh, and by the way, you can move with the main, moving buttons in most of the games, like W, D, S, A, you know this, and you can run with the same buttons but by holding shift, like in other games, You don't need to click everywhere with the mouse if you don't want to.
I'm pretty sure I can walk myself.
Oh, Twilight, don't you worry your pretty little head about the details. They'll figure it out, and that's a pinky promise.
Okay, so now we know how to move. Great, but what about, examining evidence?
Oh, that's simple. If you want to talk to someone or look at something, all you gotta do is click on it. Easy peasy. Why, I bet if you clicked on that broken window there, you'd think of lots of things to say about it.
It's just a window.
you gotta keep them happy, right? So you better think of something to say about it. Otherwise, they might get upset.
Yeah, Twilight. You should keep us happy. Me and them. So,
Right, of course. We wouldn't want to make them upset after all.
yeah, that's more like it.
And that's it!
That's it?
That's it! Well, that's not it, but it's it for now, because the other its come later. You're not ready for those its yet, though. Don't you worry about them.
Okay.
Okie dokie, and I'm off. Bye, Twilight. And I'll see you real soon, too. Catch you later.
That was fascinating, was it not?
That's one way to describe it.
Hey, nothing is more fun than a Pinkie Pie.
But useful, wouldn't you say? Though I must confess, I still do not believe that this is a good idea.
Don't worry, Verity. I'll get to the bottom of this before that investigation team even gets here.
So now we can move. We have options here. I actually don't press them because they're, you know, for the text mostly. There is some for gameplay, but you can see full mode, full screen modes, and so on. Anyway, now we can move and run, and we're gonna check
A
this out.
strange star-shaped object? I can't say I know what this is, but it looks out of place, which makes it a clue in my book.
It is cool.
Well, it doesn't take a sharp eye to see that these are tire marks. And it doesn't take a sharp wit to figure out that whoever was here probably was the cause of this broken window, too. Is there anything else here?
Oh yeah.
Is this hair?
Hey! How's it going, Twilight?
I know she was going to show up, and yet it's always cool when she shows up.
Yeah! Pinky! Where do you keep coming from?
Silly. That's not important. What is important is what you just got there.
It's hair.
It's not just hair. Why, it's a clue. And do you know what every super-duperific investigator does with clues?
Do tell.
They use their big, humongous brains to figure out stuff about him, of course. Jeez, it's like she hasn't even read the walkthrough. All you gotta do is bring up the evidence list, click on a piece of evidence or a profile, then click on Combined With, click on another, then click on Combine. And then your investigative wizardry takes care of the rest. If it can. Sometimes it's a dud. But that's the magic of investigation for you. Also, if you ask for extra help from the options menu, then the evidence button will get all glowy-wowy to let you know that there's some evidence you can combine.
Right. I'll get right on that.
Okie dokie likey. Well, have fun investigating. Me? I've got a cake in the oven, so I better get back before the cakes notice I'm gone. Keep an eye on her, okay? Bye!
You know, I suppose there might be a connection between the hair and the tire marks, now that she mentions it.
Oh, by the way, now I remember we should probably play Tales of Bastille or Black Sabbath. But, you know, this game is better.
Is this hair?
So was thinking, I mean, I already played the game, but I didn't stop tutorial because the tutorial most of the time is Pinkie Pie shows up and start talking, and I don't know, if I stop it, maybe she won't shows up and the game is better with Pinkie Pie. There is another way you can play this. It's just Pinkie Pie should be here. So
If we assume that this hair is from some animal, then it'd naturally follow that the rider probably swerved here to avoid hitting it, explaining why that pony went towards the window. Except, what animal was it? A pony, perhaps?
oh, we already know what is the animal, by the way. When I played for the first time, it took me a while to notice this. Two profiles. When you click here, you see profiles. Right now we see only Twilight, Rarity and Mayor, but there will be others, so don't worry.
Well, that's sure one way to get into a building. You'd think a jewel thief would be more, well, subtle than that. The boutique's looking as good as ever. I thought we'd never get it fully repaired after Cheerilee literally tore its front wall away from the rest of the building. But then along came Pinkie Pie. Then a song started. Then a chorus joined in. I don't even know where they came from. And then somehow, 3 minutes later, the Carousel Boutique was good as new. One of these days, I really have to resume my studies of Pinkie.
Now we can question Rarity.
Rarity, I think we should start with what happened last night.
Of course, darling. What would you like to know?
Could you describe exactly what happened and what you saw?
Well, I'm afraid there isn't much to tell. I was sleeping in my bedroom when suddenly I heard a shrill crash from downstairs. I went downstairs to investigate, and what did I find but my house overturned and ransacked, my prized jewel gone, and my beloved Opal Essence missing as well. Oh, Opal! Mama's coming soon!
Perhaps I should ask more specifically about what was stolen. And that was everything there is to speak of?
Yeah, I clicked again. So Twilight will ask, you saw nothing else at all?
No, nothing, I'm afraid. So sorry, Twilight.
That sounded awfully suspicious. Rarity, are you hiding something? Ah! Pinkie, what are... Actually, you know what? Never mind. I can guess.
Ooh, can I guess too? Is it a bread box?
Pinkie, just get on with it.
Get on with what?
Aren't you here to tell me what to do here?
Nope. Why? What's going on?
Well, for one, I think Rarity's hiding something from me.
Damn, I love doing this. I mean, you know, playing and recording, and especially this game. And these days I really don't have time. I actually want to record this 2 days ago. I just don't have time to do it. But I managed to find some time now, so yeah.
Oh, you mean the topic got lost.
The what now?
One sec. Yeah, here it is. Section 2B of the walkthrough. Locked topic.
I really need to have a look sometime at that strange book she's got there.
Okay, you ready for this? And I mean really, really ready?
Yes?
Okay, here goes. Sometimes a character won't want everything. In other words, they're hiding something from you.
Yeah, I think that was established already.
Oh, well, let's see here. It also says that in order to unlock that topic, you need to present a certain piece of evidence. Do you have it?
Maybe?
Nope, I don't think you do.
Are we done now?
Nobody nope, nope. The walkthrough also notes that sometimes you need to present more than one piece of evidence too. If that happens, then the topic of conversation gets locked with as many lots of pieces of evidence you need to present. 2 locks? Well then, you darn well better present 2 pieces of evidence, Buster. And now that's all the walkthrough says.
Alright, well, thanks, Pinky.
Don't mention it. Anything for a friendly friend. See you soon.
I'd suggest a mental asylum, if I wasn't worried about what she would do to it.
Alright. So, what was stolen? I think we already asked about this.
Could you describe everything that was stolen last night?
Of course. First there was True Blue, a regular hunk of a sapphire that shone in the light like a noonday sky. Oh, whatever shall I do without the light of that jewel in my workshop?
So, it's sapphire. I was thinking that this is diamond, but
Second, there was Opal. My darling, darling Opal. She's been missing since last night too. Now with the jewel I can understand, but what could the thieves possibly want with Opal? It greatly troubles me to think of what might have happened to her.
is there actually a difference between sapphire and diamonds? I'm pretty bad at this when we're talking about rocks of some kind. And for me, diamonds are rocks. Pretty expensive rocks, but yeah, still rocks. I know. Maybe not the best way to describe them, but yeah.
You must find them both, Twilight. Promise me. You must. You must.
I will. Don't worry.
I'll do my best, Rarity. I promise. Not just a giant sapphire, but her cat too? What an Equestria could that be about?
Alright, so last night is walked, and before we find the right evidence for unlocking, as Pinkie Pie already said, we can't unlock the topic. So we're gonna continue. By the way, I think we can connect this with this.
Alright, let's think about this logically here. Hair this color and this length is pretty rare, as far as Equestria goes. There really aren't any ponies that it could have come from. In fact, the only creature that I can think of that it could have come from is Opalescence. And that would mean that whoever was here swerved and crashed into the window because Opalescence was in his or her path. And that would all come together to mean that this broken window likely was an accident. It feels like there's more to this than just that. But it's a start at least.
So yeah, we already saw Scuto broke the window at the beginning of the game. So the logic is she actually tried to avoid the cat and go into the window. It crashed in a window, I mean. But you know, even if we don't have this clue, we already know who Scuto is. She definitely won't steal from Rarity. So anyway, let's see. No, we don't have new topics, so we can go.
A piece of cloth. Red on one side, gold on the other. I think I know what this is from.
It's CMC captured.
concentrate here.
Oh, sorry, but I thought you might really like to know this latest thing I found in the walkthrough.
What is it?
Well, if you get a piece of evidence that someone might know about, then after you start talking to them, you can click on Present Evidence, and they'll let you know what they know about it. Pretty neat, huh?
Damn, I'm already sleepy. I have to get up pretty early, and then I don't have time to sleep up. So yeah. But anyway, well, let's continue.
I'm supposed to do what to what now?
Twilight, honestly, what am I gonna do with you? Well, you know what I know, right?
Oh
So
yeah,
it all worked out peachy keen to the end. I just know it.
I know
Way to
exactly
fill me
what
with
to do.
confidence, Pinky.
Well, that's all I got. See you around, Twilight. Till next time.
Till next time, Pinky. By the way,
Just a flower bush. Although, now that I take a closer look, there's a ball here. With a note? Sometimes a pony just has a plain old ball emergency, and that's why I've set these up. Play around with it as much as you like. Just make sure you return it here when you're done with it. Wouldn't want some pony to have a ball emergency and not be able to solve it. Okie dokie Loki. Somehow, I get a sense for who put this here.
yeah. And I guess you guys already know too. It's Pinkie Pie. So let's present this evidence.
Oh, I remember this little problem.
You do?
Of course. I fixed that this morning, in fact. I can tell you about it if you'd like, though I'm not really sure if it's relevant to this case, darling.
Don't worry, Rarity. Every little bit of information helps.
Of course. Apple Bloom came by this morning to have this little accident fixed up. She seemed to have ripped her cape during one of her usual excursions. I asked her why she didn't just get Sweetie Belle to fix it up, but she said that Sweetie Belle was very busy today and couldn't spare any time to do so. I really don't know what those fillies are up to, but on the other hoof, perhaps it's better I don't know. I swear, sometimes I don't understand myself. Sweetie Belle absolutely ruins my gold silk, and now here I am, fixing the capes they made with it. I'm an odd sort. Do you think I'm odd, Twilight?
Oh, Rarity. I think you just have a big heart.
Don't remind me, Twilight. Sometimes it can be a bit tiresome.
So this belonged to Apple Bloom, and she had it fixed this morning. While I'm here, Rarity, do you know where Apple Bloom went after you fixed her cape?
I'm not certain of her exact whereabouts, but she did head out towards the town square after I gave her the fixed cape. Perhaps that should be where you should search?
Alright. Thanks, Rarity.
Alright, so now we can go find Tapeworm. But first, well, not here. Let's see something. No, we don't have new profiles, so let's go.
You know, I always see those tents when I come by here, but I've never actually learned what they are. Maybe they're merchants. Seems like they'd be closer to town square, though. Or gypsies? I'd have thought they would have left by now, if so. Or maybe it's all a big front for a secret group of dragon egg smugglers, and they're all hoping that, just like I have all this time, we pay them no mind because they're just tents of no consequence in the background. When all this time, right under our noses, they've been shifting dozens upon dozens of illicit dragon eggs to a shadowy, nefarious crime boss! Nah, probably gypsies.
Let's go forward.
Can you do that for me, Sweetie Belle? At least until this all blows over. Of course. Leave it to me, Apple Bloom. See ya.
I wonder what those two are talking about. Official Cutie Mark Crusader business, maybe? Might as well have a chat with Apple Bloom while she's here.
So there is solar ponies too here, like this.
Oh, hi! I don't think I've seen you around before. Are you new here?
Yes. Well, no. Well, sort of. I travel a lot around Equestria. I haven't been in Ponyville for quite some time, so mostly.
Well, welcome back then. My name is Twilight Sparkle. I'm Princess Celestia's student, but, well, in my day job, I take care of the town library too.
Oh, of course. I've heard of you. What of your exploits do have a way of reaching quite far away, let me tell you.
Do they? Well, I'm really nothing to speak about, to be honest. But it's nice to make your acquaintance all the same. So, what do you do?
What happened? Alright, maybe I double click. My mouse sometimes do that, I don't know why. But anyway, let's read this. I am a sculptor, or at least that's what I most enjoy. Traveling helps me a lot with inspiration.
Oh, sculpting! Have you seen our town's fountain? You might like it.
Well, actually, I've seen it before. Or, well, I've done more than just seen it. I made it a while ago.
Yeah, when I play for the first time this game, I guessed she definitely made the fountain. So, yeah.
Wow, really? I had no idea. Well, you should feel proud of it. It's very well done.
Thank you. Although, there is one thing that catches my eye. Now that I think about it.
What's that?
That plaque. Was that added recently? It wasn't put there when I made it, at least. And I didn't make it for the mayor. The rich family commissioned the statue.
For all that don't know who the rich family is, they're actually, well, they're pretty rich. You should guess this by the name, but they actually do business with Applejack's family from a long time. And Diamond Tiara, the one pony that actually go against CMCs, like try to bully others and so on. It's their kids. I mean, the rich family's kid. Anyway, let's continue.
Wait, what? Boy. I wish this surprised me anymore.
Anyways, I was in the middle of pondering my next sculpture. It was very nice meeting you, Twilight Sparkle.
Likewise.
Alright. So Apple Bloom is here, but this pony design is super awesome. And there is this crowd here. And there is a statue.
This is one beautifully carved statue. I wonder what it's for. Oh, hey, there's a dedication here. Erected in honor of the bravest, most upright public servant Ponyville has ever known. I'm getting the sense that this is talking about the mayor.
And it was written by the mayor. So this statue is we already know the story.
Oh, hello. My name is Twilight Sparkle. Are you new in town? I don't.
Oh damn, I do it again, so I don't think I ever see you before. How I say to this new pony. And look at this spot. I really like the design. It seems awesome where this quasses. And look at this wing. It's definitely, this pony isn't Pegasus. These wings are mechanical. So we can tell already it's like some inventor, a scientist, something like that, adventurer.
Well, duh. I'm a time traveler. Name's Abby Sprocket.
Yeah, she's time traveler.
What now?
Oh damn. I do this skipping again, so how I think it. I see weird introduction before, but sheesh.
A time traveler. But my time machine broke down, so now I'm kind of stuck here. For now, at least. So I'm trying to make a living as fast as I can. Nice place you got here, although a little rustic, if I may say so.
So maybe the plan is to for developers to use this pony at some point in other investigations, but since they dropped the game we have only this one, so this pony won't have big role in it, but it's cool. And if Hasbro have a little brain in their heads, they should actually hire these people and let them do this game. I mean, you know, it's awesome game. It's actually one of the best My Little Pony games I ever played. And to be honest, the best My Little Pony games are actually made from fans. There's some official mobile games, but they suck.
Breathe, Twilight. Breathe. So, how exactly are you a time traveler? Time travel spells are incredibly high level. I mean, I only managed to go back in time a week, and even then I only had less than a minute!
Oh, and by the way, I was talking about Generation 4. I know there is other pony games from other generations, but I'm talking about Generation 4, so yeah.
Oh, Twilight, you need to think outside the box. With mechanical know-how, the impossible becomes possible. Or something like that. My mentor was a bit of a coot. But I guess what I'm trying to say is that I built a time machine, and, well, now I'm here.
Uh-huh. And I'm secretly a robot. With mysterious powers.
But by the way, this pony have a little bit Rainbow Dash vibe in it, or at least for me, I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but you know, it's cool.
Really? Huh. I didn't think they had robots in this age. Hold on. Let me get some tools and open you up and have a look at how you work.
Ah! No! I was joking! Sheesh.
Oh? Huh. You had me convinced with how robotic you were acting.
Even ponies from the future don't give me a break.
Yeah, I know the pain. So there's crowd here, let's see.
What's this crowd all about? I didn't know there was an event today.
They're having an apple eating contest.
Yeah, Applejack's way in the lead.
Whoa, if she eats all those apples, she might get a wicked bad tummy ache.
Applejack now eating apples, so yeah. Anyway, there is some pony here too. This guy, Hoover Sweeps.
Are you cleaning a dirt road?
No, I'm getting a massage because it is correct.
I just meant it was kind of odd.
Says the guy who hired me to do this. He wanted every surface around his house free of dirt and dust, including the road.
By the way, look at this. This pony doesn't have cutie mark here, but it have cutie mark here. I wonder what is his cutie mark actually? Maybe it's something with cleaning, I don't know. Who knows?
That pony must really dislike dirt.
And I've been out here for the past 5 hours. Every time it starts looking clean, a breeze or a crowd comes by, forcing me to start all over.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
Don't be. It's paying me by the hour.
It's paying me by the hour.
Hey, Apple Bloom. How's it going with the Cutie Mark Crusaders? Done any, epic quests or crusading lately?
Oh, well, no, actually, not really. See, we're kinda on break.
On break? Since when do the Cutie Mark Crusaders take breaks?
Never.
Since, well, recently. I mean, every pony's gotta take a break once in a while, right?
How recently?
Pretty recent?
Why is she avoiding my questions? Something's not right here. Although, now that I think about it, there's one Crusader I haven't heard anything about today. Say, Apple Bloom, do you know where Scootaloo's been?
Nowhere. I mean, somewhere. I mean, not here. I don't know.
Huh. So, did you hear about what happened to Rarity last night?
Did I? That was an awful thing to happen to her.
Well, don't worry. I'm on the case. And I promise you that I'll find the one who broke that window and stole from her.
Oh, well, good luck with that. Hope you have real good luck there.
That was an odd response. Apple Bloom, you wouldn't happen to know anything about what happened, would you?
Huh? Course not. Why would you think I'm not telling you something, huh?
Because you just told me that you're not.
So we can interrogate Apple Bloom. Let's go.
Okay, Apple Bloom. Time to find out what you're hiding.
Hold it!
Pinky! What in the world are you doing?
I'm pressing you for information, Buster. Or at least that's what the walkthrough says. I'm not really quite sure how this is supposed to work here.
Another lesson from Professor Pinkie Pie?
Yupperoonie! This time we're talking about interrogations! Are you excited? I'm super duper excited with a strawberry on top!
Don't you mean Cherry?
No, I don't really like cherries.
But I mean the whole ride home with Rarity. Never mind. Let's just get this over with.
Okie dokie dokie! Now, the walkthrough says that interrogations are a super special thing where you've got to try to wring the truth out of your opponent. And you do this with your mind, Twilight. Your mind! I guess you should have no problem with all that mind you got, huh?
Sure. So, what do I do?
Well, she's about to tell you something that totally isn't true. Well, part of it at least. And it's your job to figure out what that part is. Once you find a statement that doesn't fit with the evidence you have available, you'll want to present that evidence against that statement. Like so. Damn! Really pizzazz!
Can I do it without that last part?
Well, if you want to be boring, sure.
Boring is fine. Boring is great.
Oh, and if you think you need your opponent to talk more about something they said, you can always select press for info, and you'll get them to talk like talking.
By the way, we're gonna use a lot of press for info, because I really like what they say. Because when you press for info, there is some dialogues, so you know.
I've noticed.
And that's all for now. But remember, you gotta use pizzazz. Otherwise, you're not a real investigator. The walkthrough said so.
Is dialogue English word, or I don't know. Sometimes I kind of mess up English and Bulgarian, so yeah.
Duly noted.
Jeez, do something to liven her up a bit, would ya? She's a terrible audience. Anyway, until next time, bye!
I thought she'd never leave. Okay, on with the investigation. Applebloom, I need to ask you about where you were around the time of the crime.
Huh? How come? I'm not a suspect, am I?
No, I just need to know. Procedure and all. That makes sense, right?
Sure, I guess. I wasn't really doing a whole lot yesterday, to be perfectly honest. Most of my day was spent with Applejack helping her on the farm.
Just a minute. What were you doing on the farm, if you don't mind me asking?
The usual. Applejack and Big Macintosh were bucking the apple trees, and I was helping out with the bucket. I'm a big pony and all, but my bucking legs can't get the job done yet, so I'm still just helping move around the apples they shake loose.
And that's all you were doing?
That's about it.
All right. How long?
How long are you doing that for?
We finished everything up at around 6:30 or 7. I don't remember exactly when it was.
Should we press for info, or we're going to be annoying?
Just a minute.
Why can't you remember exactly when it was?
'Cause I was outside. Duh! We ain't no fancy pants ponies with the watches and stuff. That's for Camelot ponies.
That doesn't account for your whole day, though. What about the rest of it?
I had homework to complete for school after that, so I was pretty much just doing that for the rest of the day. Just a minute.
That took up the whole day?
Wow, you have no idea how scary Miss Caroline can be in the classroom.
And by the way, I always thinking Charity didn't give them out to actually, study. I was always thinking they most of the time play there in the school, like, just playing, not studying. Damn it, I want such a school too. Anyway,
Do tell.
After Family Appreciation Day, every pony in the whole class had to write in and say on how it's bad to sleep in class when some pony else is talking.
That doesn't seem so bad.
Oh, it ain't. Except for the fact that she wanted us to explain our position on why it's bad, and what bad is using classical philosophers' argument as a basis. Jeremy Van Hoop will haunt me to the grave, Twi. To the grave.
This is an elementary school?
I certainly never went anywhere near the Carousel Boutique. No, sorry. Just a minute.
I didn't ask about the Carousel Boutique.
Oh, well, I still didn't. I mean, that's where the crime happened, right? So naturally, I figured you were asking about that. And I wasn't. So there.
If you say so.
So, I don't know if I can really help you much here, Twi. Awful sorry.
I know for sure that Applebloom is hiding something from me here. The only question is, what?
I wasn't really doing a whole lot yesterday.
So now
I had
we're gonna do that when she talk about Rarity Boutique. We're gonna press for evidence and use this.
Objection!
Twilight, what in the hell are you doing?
Well, I wanted to give it, you know, pizzazz. Just like the real thing. Did it sound official?
It sounds cool.
Why, you feeling alright? Hey, I bet Sakura can help with that.
Okay, I get it. I'm not a lawyer. Anyways, Apple Bloom, I'm afraid to say that I don't think you're being honest with me here.
Huh? Of course I am, Twi. How could you say something like that?
Oh no, I'm not being guilt-tripped this time. I found a scrap of your cape near the bridge to the Carousel Boutique. I know you were there, Apple Bloom.
Oh, well, that doesn't mean that was left there last night, does it? Why, that was left there a long time ago, Twi.
No, Apple Bloom. I'm afraid that one's not going to fly. I talked to Rarity earlier, and she told me that you had this fixed this morning.
Yeah, but...
Your prized Cutie Mark Crusaders cape. Apple Bloom, come on. You can't tell me that you wouldn't get that fixed as soon as possible.
But it... I mean... Alright, you win, Twi. I'm sorry.
It's okay. But please, I need you to tell me what you know. I can't help if I don't know as much as possible.
Alright, let's ask her for the last night. This time. She won't lie, I think. Yeah, she won't.
Alright, Apple Bloom. Please tell me everything you know about what happened last night.
I can't.
And why not?
'Cause I can't.
Apple Bloom, I think I know why you're not talking.
She didn't talking about maybe this, or maybe this.
How's this? You were trying to protect Scootaloo, aren't you? I haven't heard from her all day, and Rarity said some things about you three that seemed awfully suspicious.
Yeah, you got it, Twi.
Apple Bloom, listen to me. I know your heart is in the right place, but this isn't the right way to protect Scootaloo. There's an investigative team coming in from Canterlot to handle this case. It's very, very important that I have this case closed before they get here.
You don't mean that investigation team, do ya?
I'm afraid I do.
Yeah, this investigation team should be so much dumb. Damn.
Okay, I get it, Twi. No more hiding, promise. I wasn't being truthful, 'cause, well, I was awfully worried about Scootaloo. See, last night, we were rehearsing a comedy routine that we had planned to put on for Rarity's birthday, which is coming up pretty soon. We've been doing that for quite a while now.
Oh, right. Comedy, of course. Great.
Well, yeah, this'll learn all cutie marks for sure. But you can't tell any pony about this, Twi. This is super duper top secret. It won't work if it's not a surprise.
Sure. You can trust me. Cross my heart and hope to fly. Stick a cupcake in my eye.
Daddy, yes?
Yes.
Well, alright then. Anyway, we were practicing in the town square last night, like always, and things are going pretty well. We took a break, during which time me and Sweetie Belle hung out by the bridge. But I don't know where Scootaloo was at that time, or what she was up to. A short while after that, we heard a sudden loud crash coming from the Carousel Boutique. We didn't know what in tarnation was happening now, so we just watched for a bit to see what was going on. And then a little while after that, some pony ran across the bridge real fast. We didn't get a good look at it, but I'm pretty sure it was Scootaloo.
What? Oh, no. That can't be right.
Afraid it is, Twi. I didn't know what was going on, but since seemed like Scootaloo was in trouble, we all figured, well, better not say anything about it. I'm awful sorry I lied to you twice.
It's fine, really. You did the right thing in telling me all this. This has been a big help.
Scootaloo's not a thief, Twi. You gotta believe me. You gotta help her. Promise.
Oh, don't worry, Scootaloo. Don't worry, we know Scootaloo isn't the thief capable. Because we already saw it at the beginning. There was the talks. I mean, it's obvious. You can't miss that. But it's pretty interesting, the whole investigation and how you gonna prove all this.
I promise on my honor as an investigator that I will clear Scootaloo's name and get to the bottom of this.
Is that something that's valuable?
Let's just say that, yes, I promise. Now I know that Rarity's hiding something from me. I'd better pay her another visit.
Now, I wonder if we combine with Scootaloo.
I can't.
No, it doesn't work. Anyway, let's see. Now, by the way, I think to talk with Rarity and then save the game and stop here, because I already know how is feel to play this game. You wanna see what we're going to happen, and you continue forward, then forward, then forward, and then well, the last time it took me 5 hours to play the whole thing. I mean, not exactly 5, but around 4 or 5 hours. So yeah, it's cool. And I won't do this time the same thing. I just gonna save after I talk with Rarity, and we're gonna continue next time. Cause well, I actually am pretty sleepy anyway. So if I wasn't, I was going to continue definitely, even if I know what will gonna happen. But now, let's talk with Rarity. I think I first have to show her this.
Why, thank you, darling. But I'm afraid that I haven't a clue what I'd use it for. Terribly sorry, but I simply cannot accept this gift.
I wasn't.
Alright, then
Rarity,
we have to talk with
I
her.
think we should start with what happened last night.
Of course, darling. What would you like to know?
Could you describe exactly what happened and what you saw?
Well, I'm afraid there isn't much to tell. I was sleeping in my bedroom when suddenly I heard a shrill crash from downstairs. I went downstairs to investigate, and what did I find but my house overturned and ransacked, my prized jewel gone, and my beloved opal essence missing as well. Oh!
Perhaps I should ask more specifically about what was stolen. And that was...
No, not...
That sounded...
So then I should
Could
talk
you describe
about
everything
this.
that was...
Of course. First there was True Blue, a regular...
So we already know this, that's why I kind of skip it, because we already talked with her about this.
Second, there was Opal, my darling, darling Opal. You must find them both.
I'll do my best. Not just a giant...
And what now? Maybe I should show her
Rarity, I
Scootaloo.
hate to say it, but I don't think you're telling me the whole truth here.
Yeah, this is it.
Why, darling, whatever do you mean? I dare say I resent your accusation, my dear.
Because you've been hit by, you've been struck by a smooth criminal. I just wanna say it.
Alright then, let's look at this a different way. How quickly did you come downstairs after you thought something was wrong?
Even if Skutovu isn't actually smooth criminal. But dogs, well, they aren't smooth, but they're criminals. So at least that.
Immediately, of course. But I don't see what relevance that has to anything.
I don't have all the answers here, but neither does Rarity. Maybe I can get her to talk, if I make it seem like I know more than I really do. Rarity, I spoke to Applebloom earlier and learned that she witnessed Scootaloo crashing through your window last night. I also learned that Scootaloo stayed for roughly a minute before leaving the boutique. Now, if you came downstairs immediately after hearing the crash, don't you?
Yeah, I skipped this again, so don't you think you might seen something?
I mean, that is... I suppose you do have a point.
Thanks, Celestia. It worked.
And now we have a dog this last night.
You are correct, Twilight. I did see Scootaloo last night. I did not know what to make of it, and meant to protect her. I do apologize for not being forthright about it.
I understand, Rarity, but if that investigation team from Canterlot comes here and finds any of that out, what do you think their conclusion is going to be?
You do have a point, I must say.
All right, time to get to the bottom of this.
Now, interrogation. Of course.
All right, Rarity. Please tell me everything you know about what you saw last night. I can't help if I don't have all the details.
Of course, Twilight. I shall do my best. I finished my work for yesterday earlier than expected, so I had wanted to get my beauty sleep. I had been somewhat deprived, given that a certain client had made several last-minute orders.
Just a minute. Which certain client was this, out of curiosity?
Who else but Sapphire Shores? She gives me such good business. But I don't want to gossip, of course, but my goodness, does that man love jewels, Twilight? Although, I suppose her request was what got me searching for gems, which was what caused me to find True Blue in the first place. It was...
Wasn't so bad. How the thought.
Well, as soon as I get True Blue back, that is. Hint, hint.
Right, so anyway, you had just gone to sleep?
I had finally fallen into a blissful, restful sleep when, all of a sudden, I awoke to the sound of a loud crash coming from the first floor.
Just a minute. What kind of crash are we talking about, exactly?
The kind of crash that a window makes when it gets broken.
Honestly, Twilight, seriously, I need to spell this one out for you. Say.
Right. So, what did you do when you heard this crash?
Well, I was just scared out of my wits at that moment, so I made great haste downstairs to see what in Celestia's name was going on.
Just a minute. If there were potentially dangerous thieves in your home, why would you have gone downstairs so quickly? What?
Why don't you worry for your safety? I should stop clicking, damn it.
I suppose that I did not even consider the possibility that I might have been in danger, now that you mention it.
It's under arrest. Damn, I should click now.
But really, Twilight, that's rather beside the point, is it not? What I found there was awful, terrible, horrible! The first floor of my boutique, ransacked, ruined, torn apart! Oh, what is a man to do? Worse still,
Damn.
True, my prized jewel, was gone, snatched from my very home! And worst of all, the very first thing I saw when I arrived was an orange and purple pony darting out my door.
I kinda didn't manage to... Yeah, but I can press for him for now. you can actually go back from here
Just a minute.
and press.
Wow, you seem pretty upset. I'm sorry.
Of course I'm upset! All that time put into organization and sorting and everything like that. Ruined! Just ruined!
So she wasn't upset because someone stole from her. She's upset because they make mess when they stole from her.
Now I'm going to have to put all that work into sorting the first floor all over again.
That's what has her upset? I know I can be a bit obsessive about organization, but sheesh.
Worse still, True Blue, my prized jewel, was gone, snatched from my very home. And worst of all, the very first thing I saw when I arrived was an orange and purple pony darting out my door.
Just a minute. Rarity, this is incredibly important. Please tell me exactly what it was you saw here. Was there...
Damn it, I do it again. So Twilight asking, was there any chance, any at all, that what you saw wasn't Scuttle?
Well, I'm afraid that it all went by so fast that I didn't get a very good look. I had to turn on the lights before I could see anything at all. And by that time, it had very nearly left. All I can say is that it was definitely something moving, and that I clearly saw the colors orange and purple.
But what about her cape? You didn't see that at all?
All I saw was her backside. Perhaps the cape had gotten wrapped around her front when she crashed through the window. I don't know, Twilight. If that does not describe Scootaloo, then who would it describe?
Is she really the only pony who fits that description? Think, Twilight, think!
And if that was Scootaloo that I saw, then, well... I cannot explain what I saw any other way than to say that a Scootaloo purposely broke into my boutique to steal True Blue. Or what other explanation could there be?
Can I actually present this evidence here?
Wait a second. Rarity, I know that this is going to sound entirely irrelevant, but I think I have a lead on what might have happened to Opalescence. At least, if not True Blue.
Oh, do tell, darling! Although I do admit that I must agree, in that I can't see how this is relevant to what we're discussing here.
I found some white hair right near the tracks outside the window, and judging from their length and color, I don't think there's anyone else they could have come from other than Opalescence. As a result, I think we can reasonably conclude that if those tire marks are from Scootaloo, then it's entirely likely that she crashed through your window completely by accident, not purposefully. She was probably trying to avoid crashing into Opal, which may well have spooked Opal into running away.
Really? But then, that makes things all the more peculiar. Because it is still the fact that she must have stolen True Blue, no?
Let me ask a very important question before answering that.
So, yeah, sometimes we should ask questions. And what we have here, is there another way in or out of the boutique? Do you walk your doors each night? Do you think that Opal my stole the True Blue?
Do you, by any chance, keep your door locked when you go to sleep at night?
Why, yes, of course I do. But I don't see what that has to do with anything.
Oh, there is something you see.
One follow-up question then. Do you also bring an Opal from outside when you go to bed?
Of course! The poor dear, I couldn't leave her to fend for herself at night.
Then I think we've established something even more important than the accidental break-in.
Twilight, I must ask that you be more direct, as I am not following one word you're saying.
Alright, let's think about the facts of the case thus far. We know that you heard a crash and came downstairs to see Scootaloo quickly leaving your boutique. We can reasonably conclude that she probably was responsible for the broken window. However, We also know that the broken window was likely an accident, and that she had veered off course with her scooter because she was avoiding Opal, who was immediately in front of her path. You just told me, though, that you bring in Opal and lock your door at night, so that raises perhaps the most interesting question of all here. Namely, what was Opal doing outside in the first place?
But she would have gotten out when Scootaloo opened the door, would she not?
That's not possible. Think about it. When was it that she veered to avoid Opal?
Right before she crashed through the window. Ah!
I trust you're beginning to see my point. If indeed your door had been locked and had remained that way until Scootaloo left, there would have been no way Opal would have been outside in the first place.
But that would mean that some pony else was in my boutique as well?
Exactly. I think we can reasonably conclude at this point that there at least is the possibility that someone else had entered your boutique before Scootaloo, and that they're the ones who opened the door so that Opal could get out. The question now, though, is who that would be, and that's just what I'm going to find out.
Well, good luck with that.
Are you still doubting me after all this, Rarity?
Well, it's just hard to see you as a detective.
Tell me, who was right about Nightmare Moon?
You, darling, but...
And who solved the mystery of the
You again, but I really...
And who recognized that Princess Cadence had been replaced by a fake?
Once again, you, but you see...
So, why does no pony ever listen to me?
Well, I suppose it's that eventually you must be due for getting something wrong. Wouldn't you agree?
I could explain the many reasons that argument doesn't hold any water, but by the time I even got to Bray's theorem, the Canterlot investigative team would have gotten here and convicted Fluttershy of something like running an illegal bear fighting club.
Fluttershy running an illegal bear fighting club. That would be interesting.
Probably best to drop the subject now, while I have the chance. Sure. That, makes sense, I guess. Anyways, I'd best be off. More investigating and such like. Thanks for the help, Rarity.
Anytime, my dear.
Where do I go from here, though? It feels like I've talked to just about every pony. Other than Scootaloo, of course. Wait, Scootaloo. Scootaloo, that's it! I haven't talked to all the Cutie Mark Crusaders yet. And if Applebloom is involved, then the others probably are as well. Now, if I recall correctly, I can get to their clubhouse via the western exit of the town square. It's worth a shot, at any rate.
Alright, now we talk with Rarity, and I really want to continue, but we're gonna stop here, because it's already hour and a half since we start the game. I think, well, maybe not half, but almost. Yeah, it's almost 6 minutes and will be in half. Anyway, so we're gonna save here, and this is going to be for today. So, you know, stay safe, be positive, be cool, be awesome, and we're gonna meet next time. Adios, amigos.